Good Sunday morning, you good people. Welcome to the SBP. As always, I'm your boy Prime Source. What is good?
So over here eating, bro. Over here not eating cereal. Hooray. I guess that's a good thing, right?
With no cereal? It's not cereal in there?
Nah, bro. Bacon, eggs, and some little mini blueberry muffins.
That sounds like a winner. That's a winner right there. Of course, we know
Great.
ain't no grits. We know ain't no grits in there, but
Ain't no grits, ain't no oatmeal around these parts.
oh my goodness, man. We gotta make sure they get you on them grits, man. I'm trying to tell you, you gotta like them grits, man. But when you got bacon and you got blueberry though, that's fire right there.
Yeah, can't knock the hustle. How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. Ready for another lazy Sunday. Trying to decide what I'm gonna do with myself. Well, I know I'm gonna do with myself and watch college basketball, watch these women play today. Might slide in a movie as well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the laziest of lazy days today. And it goes down that way. I'm good with it.
Can't knock that.
I got some other things I need to be doing. I need to be cleaning up some stuff, but I'm lazy, bro. I get to it.
Take
Yeah,
your
man.
time, man. Take your time.
That's
Do
what
what
I
you
think
want to
I
do.
should do. That's
Especially
how
on
it's
Sunday.
go down.
Especially on a Sunday, man. Sunday's the most chill day for most people.
You chilling
So
today, you DJing. What you doing? What you got going?
I think I'm gonna jump on and do some joints because it's nice. I mean, I don't know how warm it is, but it feels halfway decent outside. So I might have to do the backyard joint for a little while,
Right.
unless the wife has other plans for my life. You never know.
And that would be understandable. That would be understandable. I can't tell, man. I got the window cracked in here. And it's not freezing in here. So I'm imagine it's a lot warmer than it's been here these last few days.
It ain't
I
bad
would
at all,
imagine. So
man. Ain't bad at all.
yeah, man. So looking for a very decent Sunday, man. Very decent Sunday. Um, we're not gonna be on long today, folks. I know we say that a lot, but I really mean we're not gonna be on long today. We got some good topics to talk about. A lot of it is centered around the ladies. And then, of course, there's a very well, I think it's going to turn out to be a nice game. Actually, popping off here in that's about 30 minutes. I don't know why I thought the game started later, but anyway, there is for the on the ladies' side, we got Notre Dame and NC State. A lot of star power on both of those teams. A lot of women. Each have at least two women on those squads. Well, Notre Dame's probably got four, but uh, NC State's got at least two that we're gonna be seeing playing the WNBA, maybe three. Um, Here in the next coming year. So ought to be a very good game. And then later today, man, I don't know if you saw it, LSU and Kentucky. I believe that's later today. So you know, the Kentucky's balling. Georgia A. Moore, Coach Brooks on them, they balling over. They taking on Flage and Anissa Marr and them. Kayla Williams. So that ought to be a fire matchup as well. I can't wait. Nice day playing, bro.
That's tough. George Amore, man. You know, I definitely paid attention to Virginia Tech hoops, women's hoops, over the past few years, and Georgia Amore was there with Elizabeth Kidley, and they balled out, especially a year ago. So, uh, seeing her flourish still, her and Coach Kenny took
Coach
off to
Kenny.
to Kentucky, seeing them flourish over there. Um, it's dope to see. Dope to see. So should be a good game.
And they fire right now. I think they're like 21-4 right now. So you're talking about one of the top teams in the country. That's going down at 4 o'clock on ESPN today. And
Mm,
that ought to be fire, man. So and they were just actually it's funny, they were just showing them on the screen just now. So they got through. ESPN got it kind of sweet, man. They got this type of, I don't know what you call it. It's like a stand-up, not a jumbotron, but it stands from the floor. You ever seen one of those stand-up mirrors? You ever seen them like a mirror that people like
like a
may
full
have in
body
the
joint.
bedroom? Yeah, it just stands up from the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they just had a joint on here just now where they were talking to Flage and Anissa was standing side by side, and it looks like they were standing inside of one of those. It's like a mirror. And
Oh, they had the hologram drawing.
Yep. So but they were standing. Well, it looks like the joint that they had was crazy because it looks like physically it looked like it was on the floor. Like,
Wow.
yeah, and then they were inside of it, like in the screen.
Okay.
Talking from the ESPN, personalities were talking to them. So, and of course, there goes Coach Ivy out there looking stunning as ever. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
For this game. So it's gonna be a great day of basketball, man. But I cannot wait, man. But a lot of what we talking about today gonna be focused on the ladies and the women out there today, and then we got some things on the tail end that we'll talk about that includes the men. But we definitely, without a doubt, want to show the ladies some love. So overall, before we dive into our first topic, how much attention have you paid to college, like women's college basketball this year? I know you've watched some games. I know there are some people out there that we always look for, but how much real attention have you paid to the women's game?
I paid attention, but I don't think I've watched too many games like that are outside of the top 10, 15 matchups that we've seen, or if South Carolina's on, or even Texas is on.
Yeah,
I'm watching. If Paige and AZ on, gotta watch that. But I haven't paid attention to things outside of the top teams.
indeed. I just been asking people of late because some people, a couple of in the group, some people just know me in general, just been coming to me the last couple of weeks. Man, you seen this girl? This girl
Oh
late in
yeah.
the FSU, this, that, and the third. I'm like, I didn't see them. I feel good that you catching that though. I'm
Right.
feeling really good for these ladies out here. That everything ain't just juju. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm feeling really good now. I'm getting a little sad though because I know we're about to get to tournament time here soon, which kind of means that in a few weeks, my Sundays are not going to be as great as I like to have them because
Right.
we're not going to see these people. Like they give us such a great prize, a great gift every week, but definitely on Sundays, man. These women's games, the exposure, the amount of games that they put on every Sunday, like they're making a point to have tons of games on Sunday.
Yeah.
And I just love it, man. I just love it. I know it's not the same as the NFL or most people, and maybe not to me either. But for me, it's just like it's right there. Like it's close, especially when they have days where there's at least 2 fire matchups in a day. Sometimes we've gotten 3 or 4.
Yeah. So, like I said, Sundays are, a more laid back day for a lot of people. So there's really no excuses to not watch. If you can't say you can't find it, you can't say it's not good matchups, you know. So it's right there in front of you. It's funny you said March Madness is around the corner, but two things. One, thankfully the WNBA is right after March Madness, so we got that not too far ahead. But last night, my daughter came in and was like, "Man, it's almost March." I was like, "Okay." She's like, "March Madness." She was hyped for March Madness, so I was like, "Yeah, that's good." I was like, "Yeah, it'll be March in a week."
Like
It's crazy.
literally,
Yeah,
literally right at the end of the week, we're gonna be like right there,
yeah, man.
getting into tournament time, your conference tournaments and all that, and then we get into the big boy. In which we're going to talk a little bit more about the women's game a little bit later in the show. But yeah, it's like it's right upon us, man. It's right upon us. So got to brace yourself and get ready. But first topic today, of course, we got to go ahead and talk about Angel Reese, man. Without a doubt, we got to give Angel Reese her due. First of all, out here playing it Unrivaled, and Angel Reese had a crazy performance the other night. We've seen some pretty good performances from her in a lot of these games in Unrivaled, but this one, she went out there and she did a Unrivaled first. She recorded the first 2020 game that we've had, in the league, well, this season. And she straight balled out. Had a decent field goal percentage from the floor, 10 of 19. Was out there playing good defense. She was hyped, man. So I thought that we better get out here and give this young lady her due before we talk about some other things, about her.
Yeah, 10-19 is good. Shoot,
Yep.
very good. Matter of fact, over 50% from the field, and it's not like it's all under the basket. So there's that. But yeah, first 2020 game in the history of Unrivaled. Of course, like you mentioned, it just started, but it's the first one. It don't matter if it just started. It's the first one. So you can't take that away from her. And they were able to knock off the undefeated number one Luna Owl. And they were talking and talk, so I'm not mad at them. But shout out to Angel. I got to mention Angel. I'm sure you were going to mention it. Angel's response to the billboard in Chicago.
Yeah, sure.
I ain't mad at her. I'm not mad at her. I think sometimes people, we don't make excuses for anybody, but we have to at least acknowledge Angel Reese is 22, dog. She's 22. Yep. Y'all, the world flipped. The world flipped on her just less than 2 years ago.
Right.
Everything changed. And then it just got worse and better for her. So I'm proud of what she does, and shout out to her. Handle your business. I don't know why they wanted to change. Be you. Being you got you this far, and don't worry about nothing else.
My first thing when I saw that thing about the billboard was, did she really say it? Because I haven't listened to I listened to a lot of stuff that she's on. I even listen to her podcast from time to time. I didn't know if she really said it, right? So I don't know. Now, I was in I'm in all the WNBA fan groups, right? I'm in all the groups. Now, I just made it a point. I said, if we, being a sports fan that I am, and doing what you and I do here on this show, I said, I got to be into everything. Right? I got to be in everything. So I'm in all of their groups, all the official groups, a lot of the fan groups for all the franchises. And one that I was hoping I wouldn't regret getting in, of course, I quickly regretted it because I got exactly what I just knew I was going to get. What fan group do you think I'm talking about at WNBA?
WNBA is life.
Well, no, if it's a team.
Oh, a specific team? The Laces.
WNBA, not Unrivaled.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, it's not Chicago, is it?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I've been in their group just as long as any of them.
Oh, Indiana, of course. I mean, I'm sorry. Indiana. I'm tripping. Yeah.
Bro, everything that you would expect to be in there is in there. They're terrible. Bro. So you got the gullible folks, and then you got the folks who just posting things for clicks and likes and all of that, and get a reaction. So this was put in that, that billboard was situation was put into that group. So I made a comment. I made one comment. Has anybody actually seen this? Right? People say, yeah, well, she said it, blah, blah, blah. So okay, I'm just asking. I just asked a question. Anybody has to see the video of her saying it? Because I don't know. Right? And then I also put out, the fact that some people commenting, which I've been very good about not getting into a bunch of stuff like this for my sanity, but that y'all will believe
exactly.
This is both crazy and troubling, without having some concrete evidence. So a lot of people came in and started clicking like. But then there's got to be that one. So this one gentleman comes in and he's like, yeah, and the fact that you would think that she wouldn't say something like that, telling you just as crazy and whatever as we are, this, that, and the third. Then another person comes in, like, I don't know what it was word for word, but this is Angel Reese. And the fact that you would stick up for Angel Reese knowing darn what type of person she is, I'm like, I just asked a question. And then it gets bad from there, man. They going. It got to a point. I was about to comment one more time, but I noticed that I guess the admin whatever would let my comment go through. And I wasn't even gonna say anything crazy, But I think just he saw where it was going, and I said, you know what? I think that the Indiana Fever are going to be something to deal with this season coming up. I mean, they're going to be a problem if everything meshes well. I don't really need to be in this group to all the news and the hype that you're going to get in. I don't need to be in this group anymore. So that was the one group that I just took myself out of.
Congratulations, Prime. Congratulations.
And it's probably the shortest stint because they were the last group that I even thought about getting. I was in every other WNBA group. But that one, and I decided to click the button with everything happening and, DeWanna Bonner and everybody goes, you know what, let me get in here and see what's what. Because now, it's more folks over there. Folks didn't think would go there, and then all the hearsay about don't want to do this. I said, no, this group is going to be fine now. I think we're going to get a little calmer, a little bit. It's going to be that one or two people, but it's going to get a little calm. Nah, bro, we ain't even got to the season yet. But the Angel Reese hate over there in that joint and the stuff that they make up and they say, and it's crazy. It's crazy. So.
It's crazy because they're crazy. So ain't no need to sugarcoat it.
Angel Reese and racist over there, and I'm like, bro, man. Oh, she has one good night, and you guys are just ready to come on, get out of here and all this, and I'm like, and I'm just reading everybody else's stuff. This is bad, man. Can't even give this young lady props for having a great night, in the league, right? A great night, do something right. So, but the beautiful thing about it is, just like they don't care for Angel Reese, she don't give a damn about them either, right? She doesn't care, So all these little hateful joints they putting up about Angel Reese and all this nasty stuff, and she don't care. Like she's not giving, 2 cents worth or whatever about what y'all got to say over there, right? But I'm gonna tell you, speaking of which, and not to take away from what we were just talking about, her these 22 points and these and the 21 boards, right? There's stuff floating around that's posted in that group too. That a lot of they gotten from YouTube and all this stuff. Picture of her with tears in the eyes talking about where's my award. Then there's a picture of Caitlin Clark down there. There's the end of the road. Is this the end of the road for Angel Reese? And I didn't even go into to see what it was. There was something else in there about and of course something that's got thousands upon thousands of clicks, right? It's a joint that says Angel Reese served a lifetime suspension. The fact that people wouldn't even click on that stuff. Like, I don't know. And it gets worse. It gets worse.
You already know where it stems from. We know where it stems from.
Yeah.
That's why I don't pay them people no attention, man. People stupid. They're legit stupid. Like not even being funny. They're legitimately stupid people.
Yeah. We'll call you the dumb one or the racist one and all that, right? But you can't get no props. So they're always giving props to all these other basketball players about when they're actually doing things, putting in work. And we saw the other night, Angel Reese, that crazy night that she was having, right? Mm-hmm. You can see the work that she's been putting in with Lisa Leslie, and some of these other basketball players. Lisa Leslie comes to mind, of course, because she's been very vocal. She's done the podcast. She's been working with Angel. You can see in Angel Reese's defense, which she was never a bad defender anyway, but like that extra energy, the court awareness, you're seeing a lot. A lot of that came into play the other night when they were beating the previously unbeaten Lunar Owls, in that big effort, that big matchup. Not bad. Young lady's out there averaging 12 and 11. But, folks don't want to give her props. She's out here better. She's trying to better her game. She's doing her thing. There than anybody else, of course. Oh, man, she's really been working on her game. She's been doing this. I'm proud of her. But, of course, because Angel Reese does podcasts and take pictures. People feel like people can't have a life outside of their job.
Yeah.
Okay. All of you folks that work out here at Amazon and, in all these other, these companies and whatever it is that you do, you come home, you snap photos, you come home and you scan social media, you make videos, but Angel Reese can't do any of those, or she need to be working on her game. She needs to get off the camera. It's okay.
Yeah, you got that stupid people be stupid, man.
Yeah. And the bad part about it, man, what I hate is it ain't just them, it's some of our own people too. I mean, but they, people can't have a life. You be working on that layup. You out here, taking pictures. Man, she'd have made more money. She'd have made me out here messing with her livelihood. So she's made more money in a short period of time than you probably made in years, if you've made that much. You know what I'm saying? So just, leave the young lady alone. Let the lady be great and do whatever she wants to do. I get it. Certain things that she's going to pick, she's going to pry. Lisa Leslie did say something to her about winning with class, because we saw her out there in the camera with the hootie hoo when they took out the Lunar Owls the other night, right? I get it. Sometimes we say, Angel, reel it in a little bit. You ain't got to do that right then. But that's Angel. I'm saying?
I ain't mad at her.
Angel. I ain't mad at her. Let her do her thing. And I'm with you, Source. If she did say what's on that billboard, though, I ain't mad at her about that either. It's a comment in our group. Somebody said something about it's not your city. Well, whose city is it? I mean, name right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. If we're talking about Chicago right now, we're not talking about history. We're not talking about what Jordan. We're talking about history. If you're naming the major sports right now, there's not an athlete that you can definitively say that's playing right now that you can definitively say that's their town either.
Yep, facts.
Tell me who it is. She don't live in Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? She don't live in Kansas City. She don't live in Philadelphia. Like this is my point. Tell me whose city it is if it's not hers. Give me somebody that you can definitely say that is definitely not hers. That's playing right now in any sport.
Have to be somebody in hockey.
Yeah, it must be. It has to be somebody for the Blackhawks or whatever. It must be. So I don't know, man. But yeah, that performance was great, man. That performance was great. We had, of course, you probably read some of the comments in our group. One of the comments that was crazy to me was, dude said in the group that rebounding is overinflated. And we said it in 3-on-3. And I just responded. I said, well, tell me when rebounding is overinflated in any basketball, right? In any basketball game, right? So you only got 4 players in the Unrivaled right now that are averaging double digits in rebounds per game. That's it. 4 players. You got Angel Reese, you got Stewie, you got I think Nafisa, and I'm trying to think of who the other person is.
Is it Grind? I don't know.
I know it's 4 people. I remember when I looked it up, it was 4 people. So it's 4 people averaging, double digits right now.
What's funny is the 3 people you just named are like top 5 in rebounds in the WNBA.
So Alyssa Thomas.
Alyssa Thomas. Yeah. She averaged 8 or 9 boards in WNBA. So what?
It's overinflated though. And I'm like, you got it. And I would think in a game like 3, he tried to downplay it in 3-on-3. Shoot, in a game like 3-on-3, rebounds important, bro. Especially you got to run back down that court, because you got to remember in Unrivaled, you ain't playing half. You playing full court, bro. It might be slimmed down, but you're still playing full court.
I wonder if that person, I don't know who it was, I didn't see it, but I wonder if that person said that at any other time other than right now.
Well, the person that said it is a person that I think I've had many arguments before when we were talking about Angel Reese during the I don't know if it was during the WNBA season or if it was back right at the end of the NCAA's last year before her first WNBA season. But and he keeps the same, and I can tell there's some hate there because the person will claim that he does not dislike Angel Reese. Not about that. It's about this. It's about thinking the league is about her, and which is the dumbest comment ever. Because if you go back, and not just him, there's tons of people keep saying the same thing, talking about people coming to see you. If you go back and watch the interview, which you can find on YouTube, she says, "I'm one of the reasons. I'm one of the reasons that people are coming out to see." She didn't say she was the reason. She never claimed that she was, that she was Caitlin Clark. She just said, "I'm one of the reasons." And it's a lot of things pointing towards that to be fact. Right? Y'all don't see all the little girls and the kids out there with Angel Reese jerseys and shirts and things like that. Every time there's a WNBA or an Unrivaled game, I've seen tons just on Unrivaled. Bro, you don't get to, if nobody's coming to see you, right? How in the world, Source, do you have the number 2, top selling jersey in the WNBA last year? You tell me. Somebody explain that to me. Nobody coming to see you, though.
It's always going to be something.
I'll tell you.
Find a reason.
I'll tell you this, bro. I'm going to tell you this. If we're talking about popularity, because we're not, that's if you come to see somebody's coming to see you're popular, right? Guess who had a top 5 jersey sale? So we're talking about popularity. We're not talking about how good somebody is or isn't. We're just talking about popularity. So this will prove my point. Guess who had a top 5 selling jersey last year?
Sydney Colson.
Thought I had it up here, but I don't have it in here in the queue. I'll give you a hint. She played on one of the best teams, well, traditionally one of the best teams in the league last year. She was a rookie last year. And she's in Unrivaled, even though she's been hurt.
Cameron Brink.
Nah. Cameron Brink was actually.
Wait, no, you said they're in Unrivaled.
Mm-hmm.
But they hurt.
Mm-hmm. Let me see if I can pull this.
Who was hurt?
We saw her early. We're talking about a fan favorites. We're talking popularity again, fan favorite. I'm trying to pull this graphic up if I can find it.
And they're in Unrivaled.
She's been hurt, though.
I'm waiting for the picture to pop up.
Let's see if I can find this picture. Give me a sec here. I think I have it on my computer. I may not.
Top 5 in jersey sales.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna be surprised. Then you think about it, and you say, well, maybe I'm not as surprised. But because we're talking popularity. That's what this whole thing is about. Since nobody come to see Angel. Angel was number 2. Maybe I don't. If not, I'm just gonna put the picture. I'm just gonna tell you who it is. Nope. It's not there. All right, nah, I don't have it. So this last thing here. All right, so I don't have it. So anyway, when we're talking top 5s, Kate Martin. Why Source would Kate Martin have a top 5 jersey sale in the WNBA? What up, Bruce?
Because they love her?
Oh, she's popular for some reason, right?
Yeah.
Whatever the reason is, she's popular. All right. Angel Reese is number 2. So I would think if you have number 2 jersey sale, behind, of course, it's behind Caitlin Clark. Okay, we know that. But number 2 in jersey sales last year, obviously people coming to see you, right? And then if I'm trying to pull this one other graphic, is because if I'm correct, I'm trying to remember from the end of last season, I believe that Kate Martin actually beat out, I think she beat out Asia Wilson last year. So it's popularity, man. That's what it is. It's popularity. Going over overall merchandise sales. It was Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Kate Martin, Asia Wilson, and Sabrina. Top 5 merchandise sales last year.
Kate Martin, number 3 is crazy.
Right. I was trying to find the official list. She's either 3 or 4. I just was throwing the names out there. But still, she's top 5, bro. So, people coming to see Angel Reese. It doesn't matter what y'all think about it. Y'all ain't gotta like it. Y'all ain't gotta like her. They coming to see her, bro. I know we're gonna have a game here shortly where she's gonna shoot horribly. There's no secret. She doesn't have the prettiest offensive game. There's no secret. She's going to have to continue to work with Lisa Leslie and others on that, around the basket. We get it. Her next game might be the 5 for 16 game. I don't know. But give her props. Give credit where credit is due, man. Give the young lady props. She gonna be here. Y'all keep talking. Y'all inflating her pockets. So
yeah, she good.
Yeah, she good money, man. Good money. And what I love about Angel Reese too is, man, that have you ever noticed how much as everybody talks about people not liking her, like just about every time somebody does an interview, how much love the WNBA players give her? She's a beast. She's this. They could just she's all right, keep it moving. They actually, talk good about it. One thing that I loved the other day was seeing this. Well, not seeing this, but hearing Olivia Miles talk about it. I don't know if you caught that interview doing Unrivaled the other night, but she was talking about it. And granted, we know there's a lot of play in there because Angel need a point guard. And Chicago is right up there. And Olivia Miles has yet to announce her decision, which I would love for her to come back to Notre Dame so we can see her and Hannah one more time. But she was sitting courtside. A lot of people think she's going. This is going to be it for her. So, but yeah, she had high praise for Angel Reese. She loves Angel Reese. Loves watching her play. So, yes. Haters gonna hate though, right? Haters gonna hate.
It is.
Let me ask you this: what if, and it's probably not going to happen. Let's just say, what if this year, when the season rolls around, the WNBA season rolls around, and Angel greatly improves her field goal percentage and balls out? What's going to be the next thing they got to hate
on? If she don't win the championship.
Well, she's not going to win the championship. Chicago in dire straits, bro. Chicago might be one of the worst teams in the league. Huh?
If they don't make the playoffs, you can start there. Well, they ain't made the playoffs.
Yeah.
Well, they lost in the first round. It don't matter. It's always going to be a next step. It's the same thing that them same people do to black people. There's no different. Whatever you achieve, they just move the goalposts. That's it.
You know what made her performance so great the other night, though? She did a lot of that on the Fisikalia. She was giving the Fisikalia a problem the other night. And we're talking about the Fisikalia WNBA Defensive Player of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
When Angel had her up under the basket in a couple of those joints, I saw the bully come out. And she was beating her to some of those rebounds. She was fighting her for the rebounds, a couple of those putbacks. Were against the Fisa. And you can visibly look at the Fisikalia, and the Fisa was like, dang. You know what I'm saying? Like, This is what we doing. So I just want to show us some love for that performance, man. If you're gonna show out against the best team in Unrivaled, and you can show out, you got to show out against the best defensive player in the WNBA and Unrivaled too.
Right.
So got to show us some love, man.
Indeed, indeed.
So I don't know, but you got anything else on Angel?
Nope.
Good money on Angel. See what she does in this coming up. They're in a push right now for the we nearing the playoff push here coming up in the Unrivaled. I believe the playoffs are like March 16th or something like that. So 6 teams, only 4 get in, and they're gonna battle it out. And if I remember correctly, in Unrivaled, I believe that everything, I think it's single elimination.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure that's what I read earlier in the season. I think it's single elimination. I think that tournament is short. I remember the tournament's only maybe spans over 4 or 5 days, something like that. Yep, the tournament's short. I believe it's single elimination, which would be crazy because then you've got a top team, which we know the best team in Unrivaled right now is undoubtedly the Luna Owl. They by far took their first loss to the Rose the other night. They sitting at 9-1, and then the next 2 closest teams to them are 5-4, which would be the Laces and the Rose. So it's still a margin there, but yeah, single elimination.
Well, smart madness.
Indeed. You got to be on your A game. So here we are. Since we are approaching the, we're a couple of 3 weeks away from the actual playoffs, and you and I have touched on and talked about it before. Overall impressions, man, to this point. So you can get, you got to, you can make a real assessment now because all that we've seen, we've even gone to the halfway mark. We were, we had the one-on-one tournament and all that, but we're here now. So likes, dislikes, loves, want to see.
There's nothing I dislike. There's nothing I dislike. I'm not mad at there being a final score that you have to get to at the end of the game as opposed to a running clock. I'm not mad at the number of people on the squad. It's straight to me. Plus, you got the addition. First of all, you got the league itself and its first year. It's already brought so much attention to women's basketball, which is just going to elevate the WNBA going into this season. But you've got the push of one-on-one play, which makes the NBA look like some, make them look soft, for lack of a better word, for not pushing that one-on-one idea or being afraid everybody's too paid, too good, can't be touched to do one-on-one or to take an L. You got that element, and you got the support of the people. You've got higher salaries for these players that have to travel overseas normally. And, Caitlin McBride is still going overseas for a short stint. But yeah, it's exciting. I appreciate all of it. I don't have anything negative to say about it at all. I don't think. I'm trying to think of something negative to say. Maybe I don't love the 2-point free throws. Maybe I don't love that.
Right.
But I think that's just a time saver more than anything else. But if it is if that's the reason for it, time saving.
Right.
You could add another 10 free throws and it still wouldn't be more than 2 minutes. So I think if it's a time saver, they could dump that and go with the regular 2 free throws, on the shot if you get fouled and don't make the shot. Other than that, I don't have anything negative to say at all.
Yeah, I would struggle to find something negative on my end, bro. Like, I think it's all been great. The backing that they've gotten is great. I love the sponsorship, man. You got some real powerhouses in here, man. You got with Miller Lite, Samsung Galaxy, Sprite, Under Armour. Like, heavy hitters came to play. There's like two or three others, I believe. And they've put their money behind the product, and I think it's really flourished in its first season, man. I'm loving just about everything else about, everything about it. The one thing that I was seeing, and I don't have a problem with it, but I've seen in some of the WNBA groups or Unrivaled groups, because they talk about it in both, is there's people saying they didn't think that Nafisa and Stewie should be players.
What?
Conflict of interest. And I'm trying to figure out, understand we're talking about certain things when it comes to business and certain things. I get that. But we're talking about playing a competitive game of basketball for everybody to see. So we don't have to worry about any shady business, anything. It's basketball. But they're saying that they just, they don't think that they should be playing in this because they're the ones that founded the league.
They're two of the best 5 players in the world. They're two of the best 5 players in the world, and you don't want them to play in a new league where women are already, a sideshow for some people on the court. A new league just founded, and they're two of the best 5 players in the league, but they shouldn't play because they founded it. That's silly. That's
silly.
I
don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it either. And then somebody was talking about it was set up. That's how Fee won the one-on-one tournament. It was a setup the whole time, and I just, some of the stuff is crazy.
So, and this goes back to people who automatically think that everything is fixed. Everything is somebody. If Fee is on the Olympic, what top 3 MVP votes, Olympic team, Defensive Player of the Year. She ran point at the Olympics. She's a top 5 rebounder overall. She gets bucket. What more do you need to see to why would you not think that she would have a chance of winning? The surprise should be that Stewie got dragged. Other than that, it's whatever, because everybody can hoop. And it's one-on. People don't understand. I don't even know why I'm going into this. People don't understand basketball. They think 5-on-5 and 3-on-3 are the same. Then they think 3-on-3 and 1-on-1 are the same. Then they think 5-on-5 and 1-on-1 are the same. None of these things are the same. They take different skill sets. So it's whatever.
Allison was good. She says they could just beat Fee, then it wouldn't be an issue. Stop being soft. It's not set up. We watched her flat out beat everyone, and those girls were playing for that money. Come on, man.
They were playing for more money than they make in a WNBA season.
For sure.
And
you heard Fee say it. You heard Fee say it. I made more money in 30 minutes than I made entire WNBA season.
Yep.
And bless her heart, because they say she gave out a ton of that money.
To staff.
She gave some of that ton of that money, back to the people in the Unrivaled.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out, And we ain't talking about just a teammates, because the teammates got paid anyway. That's for her winning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They got a check. So, these people, again.
What up, Allison? Shout out to the fam.
No doubt. No doubt. I love that right there. Somebody gets it. Allison gets it. She gets it. She's real.
Allison is the athlete, dog. She know.
But yeah, man, I think the court coverage, the on-court coverage has been great. The off-court coverage has been outstanding. You get to know everything from the ins and outs, from the things they're doing in the community, the things they do behind the scenes, us being able to, not that we got to be able to see everything they do. I mean, athletes are they're allowed to have privacy. They're people just like everybody else. But I'm loving seeing them in the working out in the gym. They're talking. Young ladies who not even on the same WNBA team. It's all love. They in there doing videos. Matter of fact, about 20 or 30 minutes before we came on, I got a notification that Kalia Copper had gone live.
Oh yeah.
And she went live, and they in the gym out there getting it in, working it out. And what was funny was Angel Reese was there. And Angel Reese was just doing her own thing or whatever. She was like, hey, come get in this video. And she like, come on, girl, come get in this video, you know. And then she comes over there, and Chelsea Gray, you know, comes over there, and it was great. You know what I'm saying? They having fun, just being themselves, doing what they do. You know, when they kicking it, I just loved everything about that, man. I just loved everything about that.
It makes you wonder, or it makes you think, but it makes you wonder what. And of course, the WNBA is, you know, playing like they playing with one arm tied behind their back, basically in business. They got one arm tied behind their back. But with that being said, look at the things that we were able to see from Unrivaled that we haven't been able to see from the WNBA. Is that lack of maybe younger people being in charge of the WNBA? Is that the NBA trickling down to the WNBA and how they handle things, and maybe the WNBA following in their footsteps? Because it's a whole different world with Unrivaled, and it's great to see the personalities and all that. That's how you get people engaged, especially today. You know, social media, of course, you get people engaged watching the content. I watch everything that comes across my screen that's related to women's hoops. I don't care if somebody's asking them a random question or they doing something specific. I'm like, what they gonna say? Because they wild. They are wild, and it's funny to see. I love it. So, but that's nothing new. You know, I love. So have you, of course. I love women's hoops just in general. Like forever. I mean, I played middle school basketball when the girls played. I watched the girls game. High school, JV, varsity, whatever. When the girls played, I watched the girls play because, and you know, they were friends. So yeah, I don't understand. Like I've had the argument a million times trying to ask somebody like, what is your issue with women playing basketball versus men playing? Well, they're not as athletic. They don't dunk. Blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, so if women dunked, you would watch? No, it's the same thing. It's giving you a reason, then you fulfill that reason, and then you're like, well, no, let's give it another reason. To me, that's the whole reason they talk about lowering the basket. You lower the basket, women dunk on each other. Then what? Then what?
Yeah.
But you're trying to not give somebody an excuse who's always going to have an excuse. Why? That's a waste of time.
Shout out to RG Driver. What's up? Behind the scenes is what really counts. That off camera work. Yep. What they working or playing, it all counts, man. It all camaraderie. The gym, all of that, man. And it's great when they decide that they want to share that. They don't have to share it with us, but it's great when they want to share a lot of that with us, man. That's what I think makes the women's game, for me, more exciting than the men's. That's just me.
Hey, have you been watching? I haven't seen them recently, but have you been watching the Marina Mabry trying to learn how to learn how to dance video?
Yeah. Poor Marina got it bad right now.
I don't even like Marina Mabry. I don't even like her. She's funny to me. Like they love her, which I don't know that they all liked her.
Mm-hmm. Especially her and Deja, they had that thing.
Yeah. And that, I mean, that's just, but her personality is like that anyway. Seems like, but competitive sister family, athletic and all that. So it was probably always beefing, I would guess. Let's ask Allison. Y'all was beefing? You and your sister was beefing or what? I don't know. Anyway, but I like her personality. It's funny to watch her up close and personal. Plus, it gets us all closer to the person. The content's great, man. The content's great.
A lot of people don't like Marina, and I get it. I can't say I was necessarily a big Marina fan, but I think now, I'm not saying I'm a big fan of her, but I don't dislike her. Right. It's like it's because I had to think about when I always talk about what makes teams great or teams that I like. There's always that one person in history on the team, whether they're the second star, they're not a star. It's just somebody that gets under either the team skin or the media skin, but the team likes them. It's just something about her. Now, what's going to be interesting with Marina is to see how this thing goes now because of, her asking for that trade after they didn't send everybody away. So now it looks like it's just her and Natasha Cloud. Shout out to Natasha Cloud, too. She's one of my faves. Hitting that game winner yesterday on her birthday.
On her birthday.
So, yeah, man. So if you're going to do it big on your birthday, that's how you do it. So she hit the game winner yesterday.
Two other people. One other person did it big, but two other people celebrated their birthdays with. Never mind, Prime. You don't want to talk about that. I'm sorry.
What I miss?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Another day. Another day.
But oh yeah. No, we ain't gotta talk about that. I got you now. Yeah, we good. We be good with that for a minute. But yeah, man. Loving Unrivaled, man. I'm loving Unrivaled. You see my girl, Benaja the other night, the first game?
I didn't. I saw her. I saw her like 20?
23.
Man, and she just
came out cooking like she been there the whole time. She didn't play. This past game. They said, hope everything is well. They said something about she didn't play for personal reasons. They expected her back because remember she had just signed that signed the contract, one of the injury contracts. So
right.
So and when those players sign those, they sign them and then they remain in the league, whether it's with that team or in that pool for the remainder of the season. So, but she was a huge boost for them.
Who else just signed? Somebody else just signed the other day.
Oh, my girl, one of my people, Ariel Atkins. Did you talk about?
Yeah, Ariel. Yes. Yeah,
Ariel Atkins. And I was telling one of the homies. She works at another store, works for the same company with me, but she works at another location. We were talking Unrivaled the other day. I always knew she was a big hoops fan. She still hoops to this day. Shout out to her. I think she plays like in a 40 and over league, whatever. But Monacan alone, actually. She was a Monacan girl. But anyway, she says that we were talking. She was like, man, I wish my girl was in. You think Asia will ever play? I said, I don't know. I said, because Asia made a comment the other day, which I fully respect. She said that's kind of her time. Like she says when the WNBA is over, she kind of likes having that time to, decompress, be her, do her things, hang out with Bam. Well, she ain't say that, but we know. We already know. They didn't put it out there now.
Right.
So I said, I don't know if we'll ever see Asia, but we were talking about players we would like to see and in the league. And I had always thought from the beginning that Ariel Atkins would be really good in this league. I think I would like to see her play. And if I turn around and I pick up the my iPad the other day and it pops up on the screen that she had signed with Unrivaled. And we talked about Plum too. Wonder what Plum think about playing next year.
Yeah, I can see that.
Anybody else you can think of?
Next year she gonna get she coming. She Kelsey Plum will play next year, and she gonna get big. She had other issues. I would say. She's still, I like to know her personally, but she probably still dealing with the effects of other things. Also, being on the move as well. I'm sure she had other things going on at the time, but next year, she's gonna come out there and do some things.
You know what I was thinking of too when you were talking about Marina and that dance? It made me think about this morning on Kalia Copper's live, with Kelsey and Brittany Sykes, and they got Angel to come in. What was funny? So of course it was the Rose. The Rose were all in it together, and they panned Lexi Hall, trying to get Lexi Hall to get down. Lexi the camera like, oh no, y'all ain't get me with that. I ain't got it. So she just raised the water bottle, did like this, and they bust out laughing. Like, you ain't getting me up here trying to dance and do anything. So
she said, not today. Not today.
Y'all ain't catching me on the camera with that craziness today. Hey, Bruce, I see those games. Source and I were talking about it earlier. Notre Dame and NC State getting it in right now. We'll probably be off here. So for the second half. But and also you have on the other channel, you got West Virginia and TCU. You're talking about 2 top 20 teams on as well. So definitely 2 good games on today. And Bruce, who was talking about, don't forget Kentucky and LSU later this evening.
You got Haley out there.
Yep. Yeah. TCU is number 10 in the country, and West Virginia is 17.
Man.
21-5. So they're out there playing. TCU, have you ever seen TCU's basketball court?
The court?
Yeah. It's unique. It's unique. The designs and everything is unique. You get a chance to check out. They're on ESPN too. It's a unique court. I kind of like it. It's different. It's different. So a lot of good basketball on the day, man. A lot of good basketball on the day. What else about Unrivaled, if anything? I say this. When we're talking about the marketing for Unrivaled, it's been great because they're smart. They're using the folks, especially the NIL athletes. I don't know if you've seen how much of the marketing you've seen.
Yeah.
But I've seen a lot of stuff with Flage and a lot of stuff with Paige.
Yep.
T-shirts, all that, man. So they're really smart. Ladies that we're probably going to see in Unrivaled here, over the next couple of years. So, in about a year. So it's both of them, Flage can come out. And Paige is more than likely not going to exercise that other year, from what we're hearing.
Well, I mean, she might not end up where she want to go, but it's only 12 places. Well, no, it's 13.
Right now, it's only 12.
Yeah.
So
13 places you could go at this point. It'll be 14 soon enough. So
yes, 14, and then a couple years after that, we should probably be at 15 or 16. So we're growing. Shout out to the you see they awarded the Cleveland Rockets or Cleveland other squad?
No.
Cleveland Rockets coming back.
What?
Yeah, I don't remember when they say the Cleveland's supposed to.
You know what? I did see that. I did see it.
Yeah. I don't think that, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think they're going to be ready to play for a while, though. I think they were talking maybe 27, I think. And somebody I saw was going to be like 27.
That ain't bad.
Yeah, so 27. Then there was another franchise they was proposing possibly, and they said that goal was to be set by 28. But so
they might get to 2010. Not too long.
Yeah, let's get it, man. Yeah, but shout out to the women's basketball. Shout out to Unrivaled, man. My last thing I will say, we were talking about these videos, man, with all these young ladies are doing. Have you caught any of the? So it seems like one of the trends now. We know Kendrick. Everybody's doing the Kendrick joints and some of the other joints. The trend on social media and heavy in the women's game has been that Earth, Wind, and Fire. Let's groove, John. Yo, have you seen any of those videos?
With WNBA players?
Yeah. Well, women in general. I've seen a lot of the women joints, like Daisy Kelly over at Oregon and her teammates. I seen Get Down. I saw a couple of the girls over in was it Georgia, I think? Well, Georgia. I seen the joint with Paige and AZ Fudd. They got a joint. And they're all doing the same thing, one dance or whatever. Then they do it to the next person.
Boogie on Down joint.
Boogie on Down. Yeah. I love that, bro. I love it. Some of those are very well executed. Some of these young ladies they got rhythm, can dance a little bit. And the ones they can't, it's fun watching them try.
As they should be able to dance. I mean,
it's all love, baby.
I hope.
It's all love. Who was there anybody else you wanted to see? We talked about. I mentioned Plum, and I told you I wanted to see Ariel get in, and now she's here. Was anybody else that you think of that you would maybe want to see get in maybe next year?
She probably won't do it, but I wouldn't be mad at Odyssey.
Odyssey bought it right now over what's it?
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad.
What about your girl, Kelsey Mitchell? I think Mitchell was just dog right there. I mean, we got some dogs over there.
I'm sure she could kill, I mean, anybody that's been top five or in the top five, scoring all the time in Division 1, is gonna get buckets. They're gonna get buckets. So yeah, I can see that. Man, I gotta think about it for real.
I think looking at some of the folks we got over there, we got some dogs over there as it is. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not that I didn't think she could ball. I wondered, and she shut me up real quick, like first night. I wondered. I'm gonna sound dumb when I say it, but
I'm about to say you about to say something crazy.
no, this how good Skylar was gonna be over here. Like, it's a lot of stuff with Skylar. Like, Skylar's a baller, but
Yeah.
she goes into these stints where it just seems like her head ain't there. She just I don't know. And Skylar's done pretty well. When she's on a crazy squad too, but she's done pretty well. She let us know out the gate.
Yeah,
First
she's leading that squad. Getting game winning buckets, which is a bigger deal because it ends the game. But she's had multiple. They had multiple. So
shout out to my girl though. They got busy for them yesterday though. Get them back in the win column though. Alicia, great. She was off the chain yesterday. One of the things I love about her is no matter how funny, how cute, whatever it is we think when she's talking, when she's serious, man. When she's because I'm a dog. We some dogs, We about to go against Kalea and this young, and she a dog too. But I'm about to get mine. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you got to love the mixture, man, of the fire, the countryness, the everything, man.
The countryness and the smile set it off because she's so happy, seemingly, happy. So
she always on the floor. Like her, let me tell you one thing. Her and Tiffany Hayes, one thing is gonna happen in the game. They're gonna be on the floor. They're gonna be on the
somehow,
court.
some way.
Yeah, but yeah, I just love. I was watching the joint yesterday with Alicia and Ryan Howard. And they were talking about how close they were, and they were showing them out playing golf. Ryan Howard they both are crazy about golf. Ryan Howard is really good, and Alicia is not as good as Ryan, but they just love playing together. And they say that Nas him and plays with them a lot too. But I guess she's over playing ball right now. See, so she would when they would show them out on the golf course. Man, I loved every minute of that. They were whole segment was probably about 10 minutes.
I think I've seen Ryan before playing golf. I've never seen Alicia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have done it. From what she said they are really close. So
let me ask you something, Prime. I'm just on topic, off topic. Caitlin Clark not playing, not being in the 3-point contest, or choosing not to participate in NBA All-Star Weekend. What did you think about that? And did you think about it?
I hated it and loved it. So what I hated about it is because we've been talking about it for over a year. Well, and I told you what I wanted to see, how great it would be to bring her into it. And I wanted to keep Sabrina too.
Yeah.
I wanted all of them in it. I wanted not just for the exposure. I wanted people that could get buckets. Right. So I wanted Caitlin Clark and Sabrina Ionescu and Steph. And then if they want to add another guy, whoever that would be fine, right? Dame, whatever, right? I thought all that would have been crazy. But it didn't happen, and I was highly disappointed. But listening to Caitlin Clark and talk about why she didn't play Unrivaled this year and all the other things, I fully respect it, right? So basketball-wise, you want to take some time away. You wanted to do some things, just, be you away from basketball while probably working on some things basketball-wise in public. But also, when you talk about if what we're hearing is true, she wants to concentrate on continue to help grow the WNBA. Now, some people will say, yeah, well, you do that by going in and competing against the men. Man, what if you get in a crazy back and forth with Steph? Man, talking about the light is going to shine on the game. Yeah, that's true. But I respect it on the other end as well. I respect the heck out of her reasons for not participating in any of this year. So I do.
Did you hear her say that she wanted to, like, I didn't hear her say this. I read this somewhere, so I'm not sure, if it's real or whatever. But did you ever hear her say that she wanted to do the WNBA 3-point contest first?
I didn't hear her say it, no.
Okay. If that's the reason, if that's a reason, I love it. I'm not mad at her not doing it, period,
Mm-hmm.
honestly. Because all it's gonna do, like, regardless of what happens, it's it's gonna be more visible, but it's gonna bring nitpicking too. It's all just a way to get to the point of making it negative. It's gonna end up being negative one way or the other. But if she said that she wants to do the WNBA joint first before she does anything else, I love that. I love that. I love that. I get it. I see it, and yeah, I appreciate that. Plus, the WNBA ain't going. I mean, NBA ain't going nowhere, and they just gonna get more desperate and more needy for some action in the NBA All Star Weekend.
I'm greedy, man. I would want it all, though. If we was gonna get it, give me a 2-on-2 contest. You pair Sabrina, maybe Sabrina and Dane, maybe, or whoever, somebody notable name, and Caitlin and Steph. Then I also want later, because we're trying to save All Star Saturday. That trash is called All Star Saturday Night now, right? And then you let them rest up. You go do some other stuff. You have another competition, right? So they ain't shooting back to back. You go do the skills joint, whatever, the whole 9 yards. Then you come back later, and then you have the one-on-one joints. They go singular. You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa. Same folk. Let them shoot. Let them shoot. You know what I'm saying? Or you want to go guys against the girl? I don't know, but that would be great. But I don't want to sweep it under the rug. As great as Caitlin Clark is, I would love to see. I still want Sabrina in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Yeah,
want, I want Sabrina in there.
I mean, Sabrina, the one that had the second highest score, last year in
Yeah,
3 points. So,
yeah.
and
So
yeah. We haven't seen Caitlin do this. I'm sure she can. I'm sure she can. I don't doubt that she can. But we've seen Sabrina do it. And Sabrina is the one, not the two. So can't
yeah,
dismiss her.
indeed. I thought my last thought is I was thinking of some other players too, and my thoughts initially were like we didn't see NECA, and I'm like, well, NECA, she's veteran. She's been in the league for a minute.
Yeah.
Maybe if we're talking about the age there, wear and tear in the body, and I'm like, okay. But then if I on the flip side, I'm like, well, she's 34. BG 34. I can't tell anybody how their body feels, right? But BG's
Yeah.
in the league at 34. Tiffany Hayes at 35.
Tiffany Hayes had a couple years off.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And I'm not, getting on NECA for not playing, but I was just thinking about my initial thought.
Yeah, Naka got other stuff to do. She got other stuff
Yeah.
to do. Plus, she had to get that contract secured anyway.
Indeed. I don't blame her. So Tiffany Hayes had a couple of years off and out there balling. She get in everybody's face like she does. She balling.
Did you see Did you see the conversation I had a while back on Instagram? I don't think you saw it. It was like probably at ESPN or something like that conversation, and they were talking about when Tiffany Hayes first signed, and I was like, people was like, that's crazy, and this dude was like, he was just being negative about it, like, who is Tiffany Hayes? Blah, blah. I was like, dog, like, at one point she was like top 10 players in the world,
Yeah.
and I was like, she was top 10 in the WNBA, blah blah blah. No, that never happened. I said, here we go. I showed him. I showed him where she was like fifth in MVP and stats and all that. He's like, well, that doesn't prove anything. Well, dog, this is the point of this conversation, because there's nothing I'm going to show you that's going to make you say what I'm telling you. You just going to, come up. Same thing. There's always going to be another reason to not, agree, comply, whatever the case. So,
you know how people do, man. Everybody experts though.
yeah.
Everybody experts. If they can't remember hearing a name during the NCAA tournament run, they can't remember that part. They ain't watched nothing else, and then of course it didn't happen. Or
Right.
They just amazed. So I had a not the same conversation, but when I was maybe a couple of years ago, I was having a talk with someone and we were talking about Kelsey Plum.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's a little cute, this in the third, but she, I don't remember this in the third. I know in college, she wasn't acting in college. I remember I was like, okay. So, bro, let me point you towards some things to go look up real quick. Kelsey Plum get buckets. He's more than that little cute face that you see run. Kelsey get buckets, bro. We talking about leading the country. Like she got busy,
Yeah,
But the woman doing great, man. The woman doing great, Source. The woman doing great things out here. And you and I love it. But what's going on with these men, man? What's going on with the men's leagues? Like, because in my opinion, I think the men are slipping. I think both on the NBA and the NCAA level. And what I mean is the hype isn't there. If you look at the first quarter numbers in the NBA, viewership is down. Now I saw that they said over the past month that the ratings have gotten better, but they still are behind where they were last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like what's going on? I mean, your opinion, what is the reason that the men is slipping? Because they get slipping. I'm not gonna say artists, they slip.
Yeah, it's funny because my mother-in-law's birthday, we had a surprise gathering for her about 2 weeks ago for her birthday, week and a half ago for her birthday, and the TV was on. My father-in-law was in the room, and it was women's basketball, but I think it was Kentucky men were on, and he, cousin Don, and I were all like, I don't even be watching this joke. I don't know anybody on the court. I don't know any of these people. I don't know who these people are. I think part of it's been for years because, one and done. And I'm cool with the transfer portal. But as somebody watching, I can see how watching a player or not seeing a consistent team over 2 years play together, I could see how that could turn somebody off. That that's part of it for me personally. The NBA is a whole different set of issues. Like that's a whole gameplay slash. And again, I get people got to sit out. I'm okay with people sitting out of games, but here and there. But consistency of people playing in games, that can be a thing. And it all probably goes together, to be honest. It's just the approach to the game. Because what happened to the dogs? Somebody pointed out the other day. Somebody was talking about. They were talking about Kobe. Rest in peace, Kobe. They were talking about how little money would players have to get paid for Kobe, or how much money, one or the other, would players have to get paid for Kobe not to care, like him not to care on the court. But some people like they don't care. It's like they don't care. It's like it's the same thing with rap. That's it. It's the same thing as in hip hop. It's like people that do it don't necessarily seems like they don't necessarily love it, but the money is crazy. If there's an opportunity to make the money, and this is something that you're good at or can do, then you go for it and you get the bag. But the caring about the actual thing, that joint by the wayside. It seemed like that's crazy.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. It's the NIL has a lot to do with it in the college because you don't get to know anybody. So unless you're someone who studies like really hard, like high school players,
Mm-hmm.
like it's really nothing in it for you because good chance a lot of the high school players, the second they get there, if they one of the top 4-5 players in the country, they probably one and done. Unless you get lucky. Now I don't know if Duke's getting lucky. I saw the other day when they were projecting Cooper Flag out, and he was talking about he might want to stay another year. And he got that money. You know what I'm saying? He getting the NIL money. He's not in a big hurry. But I just think like back in the day, you could, if you were into the top high school players in the country, and even when McDonald's All-American and all that used to be really exciting, you had something to look forward to because you knew in your mind there was a good chance that you was going to have that player for at least 2 years. Right? At least 2. Not a case is 3. But it was going to happen. So when people were talking about leaving early, a lot of times it was like leaving early meant just after their junior year. Right? For most of it. It's not the same anymore. It's to the point now whereas people don't even, unless you follow it, you don't even know who the high school players are. Like when you ask the average person now, last year was Cooper Flagg and who else? Back in the day, you at least could list, the average person could list at least 3 or 4 more, right? Most people couldn't tell you who Cooper Flagg, anybody but Cooper Flagg right now. This year coming up, it might be 1 or 2 names, but you probably thinking about the next season, maybe, I don't know, the Boozer twins because they was tied to Boozer, right? And they're going to Duke. But it's not the same, so the excitement's not there. And it's happening in football too, between the transfer portal and everything else, because you have your squad, but it's hard for you to be super excited about that squad because you don't know who's going to be on the team the next year.
True.
Back in the day, Florida State had those powerhouse squads. Yes, I know. Got Lavernius Coles, Peter Ward coming back, Snoop Men. I knew it wasn't that easy just to pick up and leave, pick up and be gone.
Right.
Now, you look at your squad, you got them, y'all do good. 1 year, you think everybody coming back, transfer day comes up, and you find out 10 names at the end of the transfer portal. College basketball, 4 names in the transfer portal, you know what I'm saying, in the span of 3 weeks. So you don't know what your team is going to look like. And that's one. The NBA, on the NBA side, there's a problem that's been coming for a minute. It's been in the mix for a minute, man. I don't know. One of the things I'm seeing across social media is people are asking, they don't like all the 3-pointers. It's becoming a glorified 3-point shooting contest. And I don't know if it's true or not. I didn't see the direct quote, but I've seen some stuff claiming that the commissioner was talking about they was going to do an investigation. What is it? I'm trying to figure what an investigation going to do. Like because you ain't going to tell people to stop shooting threes. Like, I don't know.
It ain't like the players can just be out there shooting threes and not get sat down. It's the same way Moneyball became a thing is the way that 3-pointers accepting 3s over 2s or 1 3s over 2s has become a thing. But it does make the game not enjoyable. It's not enjoyable. When you take away the mid-range, it becomes less enjoyable, which is crazy because the mid-range is boring. But you take away the mid-range and you just got people standing around 3-point line or trying to, having a clear lane to the basket.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what they could do to fix any of it, whether it's just the regular season, like we keep mentioning All-Star Week. I don't know, but it's just slipping. They don't have, and I say it again, what the women have right now. We can look at the viewership numbers. You might say, well, the women are still only doing this or they're doing that, but it seems like even the women are competitive. We go to the WNBA versus the NBA. Most of them WNBA games be competitive. They be out there playing. Them girls be out there playing, bro. You might, even if you're not getting 100% effort, you getting that effort. Well, them girls want to win. They want to ball. The men, nah, they going up and down the court. I thought at least the other day when we had the All-Star game, was it last week before, whatever the men's All-Star game was, I thought at the beginning I saw some defense out there. I said, okay, yeah, they back. You got 4 teams out there. Could be some defense played. And then as the games went on, I'm sitting there like, it's okay, but I don't know, man.
Yeah, I'm not as big on the WNBA issue as other people are. I don't care. I didn't care when it was 211 to 186 or whatever it was. I don't care. It's an all-star game to me.
Uh-huh.
I get if it's a topic to talk about and people, go into it, heavy on the topic. But in the grand scheme, I don't care about the All-Star game being good, bad, and different. It's a party for a weekend and some basketball in the midst of it. I don't care. It don't matter. To me, it does not matter. And them playing defense is overblown. Because you want everybody to play defense till somebody get hurt. And then you're like, man, they played in this game that don't even matter. He got hurt. Now he out for the season. Oh, no, you want to play defense. You want to play hard. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. And we can refer back to the 80s and the 90s. Things were different, which is what I don't think people appreciate the level of. Things were different. Less money was being paid to players. So that money actually mattered to a lot of people if they won the game or not. Plus, the NBA was coming off of not being a thing in the early 80s, almost not being a thing. So obviously, you got to play when it's your chance to show out. You got to show the people we should be here. We should be able to get this money. We should be able to play this sport for a living and get paid for it and entertain y'all.
I agree. I agree. Like I said, I haven't heard much people complain about the women. And my point is, honestly, though, the games have been competitive. Like really competitive. As far as in the women's, in most cases, we've had a
Oh,
blowout
yeah.
here. Yeah, I mean, they out there playing. Like the women are taking it seriously. And I'm not telling the men not to go out there and not put it all out there. I mean, I understand there's, like you said, there's injuries and stuff. Somebody can mess around and get hurt doing certain things. But just saying people just walk past people, like, hey, go and get it, dog. You know, I'm going to push it up the court, and I'm going to take it full court and shoot it. I just don't know how you really fix the issue. Now, we'll get in the playoffs, and we'll get some fire matchups here and there, and I'm sure a lot of those will do ratings. Like if we'll get, which I'm pretty sure we're going to get something crazy. Like we get in the playoffs and we get something like Boston and Cleveland, will undoubtedly, easily two of the top 3 teams, in my opinion, in the entire NBA. That series, whatever. I'm expected, to do numbers, right? But the Lakers get in and they play somebody. Because Lakers are gonna do numbers anyway. They really ought to be doing numbers now. They're really gonna do numbers now, and that's a great matchup. But it's just something wrong. I don't know how you fix it, man.
They'd be all right. They'd be all right. They got way bigger problems to deal with than the All-Star game.
Yeah, you got to find a way to fix it, though. I think it's just going to continue to lose ground, not just the All-Star game, but just men's basketball in general.
Yeah, that could be a problem.
Yeah. Quick question though.
Yeah.
Before we get to the Smif N Wessun joint and get out of here, Luka. See, boys went out there and did work yesterday. Luka was out there. What did he do? Was he 32 and 10 last night? Something like that.
Cooking a little bit.
Yeah, looked like 32 and 10 when I had, and 32, 10 and 7. And he looked like he, things were starting to come around for him last night and the team. Luka was fired up, putting on the show for the people on ABC. Took it to the Denver Nuggets. What's he played now? Was it 5 games, 6 games? Whatever the 5 or 6 games that he's played in. So, your impression so far? What you like? Don't like?
I mean, don't like. He would never be a defensive stopper. That's just not gonna be a thing. I like the way it's going so far. I think it's funny. Luka have an off game, and it's like LeBron, blah blah blah. You can't. LeBron brings people down. You can't play with what like people just say anything about literally anything in the moment. It's wild to see, hear, watch, but I'm good. Hachimura stepping up, especially last night.
Right.
Austin Reeves getting his money. Actually, It was funny last night during the game. At one point, I wasn't looking, looking at it. I was not paying attention to it. And then I walked in the room. Luka had the ball. I was like, man, Dalton Connect on the court. Oh shoot, it's Luka. I forgot. Because I saw Austin Reeves in the same shot. So it was two white dudes. So I was like, Dalton Connect on the court. Oh yeah, Luka, I forgot. He's on the team too. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's just wild. It's still, like surreal to see because why would this be a thing? And yet here we are.
Yeah, he looked good last night. That's all I'm gonna tell you. The boy looked good last night. Laker fans should be very excited about the future with all those pieces.
Yeah.
And Luka, the more and more companies he gets, it's gonna be a problem for folks.
Yep.
Liddy was good. Liddy
Wait till he
said,
take over. Wait till he take over. Healthy takeover. And it's Luka and LeBron just chilling. And LeBron getting you a cool 27, 9 and 9. It ain't gonna go well.
it's gonna be fire. It's gonna be fire.
Could be a thing, man. Could be all right.
Liddy, congrats on your cousin, man. He said cousin got they got that Bill Belichick offer. You have the 20 D1 offers now as a junior. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
that's what I'm talking about. That's big right there.
Building.
That is all right. That is all right. All right, so let's get to this last joint right here, man. And I'm gonna get out here and watch some of this basketball.
Yeah.
We're gonna shift to some hip hop. We'll shift to some hip hop. And this past week, we got a new Smif N Wessun out. And I know you were talking about it on your own, some of your platforms, whatever. I've been looking for it. Being the big boot camp guy that I am, I got several boot camp playlists that stay on shuffle monthly. So they go down. But the new Infinity album came out the other day. And I want to give a shout out to all the DJs, man, because it seems like I had to have turned to, I saw you kick it hard. I had to see 3 or 4 of the DJs on social media over the past week that were running boot camp sets. That's all you was in. They would go from OGC to Shine Price back up to Black Moon, down to Smif N Wessun. And it was just, I was watching this one guy, dude was on. I give him, I don't know, at least 3 hours.
Yeah.
He was just gone and gone. I got up, went, was jamming, went, took a shower, made a sandwich, came back. He was still going. And I thought all of that was fire. So shout out to all the DJs bumping that BCC. But this album, man, Smif N Wessun came out with Infinity. If I don't remember, this would be their 6th or 7th studio album. I know they had a couple of EPs and some compilations, but they've had
at least 5. Oh no, at least 6, at least 5, at least 5.
All right. Coach, the most notable, of course, in most people's eyes, definitely in mine, was the first after The Shining. But this album came out, man, and as soon as I got up on Friday, I made sure I got to work. Boom, just hit play, and I took a listen, and I was surprised by some of the things that I heard on the album. But I'm gonna let you give your assessment first.
I know what you were surprised by, because I was surprised as well. But 2 things. It could be one or the other, to be honest. I enjoyed the album. Shout out to Smif N Wessun, because I made a video talking about Smif N Wesson's album dropping. I made a video like Wednesday, and Tech reposted it. I think I told you this. Tech reposted it on Wednesday. Steel reposted it on Thursday. Duck Down Records reposted it on Friday. So shout out to them for sharing the content and appreciating it, and jumping in the comments and all that good stuff. So shout out to them. I tried to get Tech to pull up to be Cypher Wednesday. He was like, I don't even have TikTok, because I know Steel does, but Tech doesn't, and I talked to Tech before, so I actually, I would reach out to him. Anyway, I enjoyed the album. What I was looking for which it may be what you were looking for, is a little more griminess.
Yep. Yep.
And there wasn't a lot of griminess. It was actually a pretty laid back album. It was pretty laid back, cool beats. Shout out to Ninth soundtrack. I guess shout out to Crisis. Crisis and I had a minor a minor issue last year in person, but I mean not a real issue, but it was just something stupid. But anyway, but yeah, the production work was tight. But yeah, I was definitely looking for the grime. But between that and looking for certain people to be in the fold, um, and them not being there, whether it's production wise or just as ghost guest appearances, um, there were some things that I didn't see, but I definitely enjoyed the project. And shout out to Smif N Wessun. They had Pharaoh Monch on there, one of my favorite MCs.
Yeah.
Um, Conway the Machine had a posthumous verse from Prodigy, a posthumous verse from Sean P.
Yep.
And many. Well, you got it right there. I ain't even I ain't even pay attention to the track listing being right there, but yeah. So salute to them. But yeah, the project is dope, and salute to Smif N Wessun.
Yeah, you nailed it. For me, it was. I thought it was gonna be a grimier album. Initially, I'm thinking, it's going down. Not that I didn't expect to be some of the smoother, softer stuff on the record. If you go back and remember, they've always had, a couple of songs. I mean, just about the whole boot camp clip, them and Helter Skelter as well. But they'll always have some of the laid back tunes on the album. I just didn't
Yeah,
expect it to be as much on one album. You know, there's a lot of laid backness. There's a lot of I don't know, maybe neo soulish type grooves on this album. I didn't expect to be as much, but not that I didn't like it, because I'm a
right.
fan of all those vibes, right? Neo soul, all of that. I'm a fan. I had a couple of songs. It was this one song in particular. I'm trying to remember which one it was. It gave me a crazy feel. I like a mixture of some Erica Badu and some Marvin Gaye. Like it was
Mm-hmm.
crazy. But when I first heard it, but I was like, okay, I'm with it. But the more and more I listened to this album, I was like, this is definitely a record for me that I could just put on and just do whatever I'm doing. Like if I'm in the office doing some work, shut the door, just play the album. It's going to set me in a particular mood or vibe. And they did it so much, I feel like that's what they were aiming for. We're going to give you
Right.
a little bit of the grittiness, but there's some time that's gone by. There's some growth there. This is the mindset that we're on. Um, and you mentioned all the guests, the guest appearances. Got to shout out Ralph Tresvant. Ralph Tresvant is on the Shine joint. I think they pulled that off pretty well. The Medina joint is crazy. That keeps banging in
Fire.
my head, the joint with Pharaoh Monch, because
Yep.
it's dope in its own right. But I kept thinking, I said, you know what else would be dope on this song? J. Cole. But
Mm.
I was listening to like the vibe. I said, man, they not to take anything away from what they did, but J. Cole on this joint would have been just as fire with him and Pharoah Monch, just the way they pulled it off. But they didn't need to do it. The joint was dope. The joint was fine. But yeah, I think it's not much. I don't think there's a track on this album that I don't like. I
Right.
would think probably the standouts for me was definitely like I said, the Medina joint, Shine joint, the Elephant in the Door. I do like that. That's hard. And you go through the whole album with a certain type of vibe, and then all of a sudden you get right towards the end of the album, and then you got something that kind of bangs a little bit. It bangs low key,
Right.
but I like the whole feel of that. But overall, like a solid effort, man. They not too short, not overly long. He gave
Yeah.
you less than an hour, solid 47 minutes. So, I got to applaud these dudes, man. I got to applaud these dudes. A lot of our artists, we're going to always support them. They continue making projects. You know, and all of them don't turn out the way we want them to turn out, but we still applaud them because they're still making music.
Yep.
This comes out basically a month after The Shining turned 30 years. You know, had his 30-year anniversary. So you take all things in consideration. I think this is a solid effort, man. A solid effort. Something I will play, you know, multiple times. Is that one of those albums I just say is good, and I'm going to just put it away. They did a good album. It's got a vibe to it that I like. Unexpected, but it's a vibe that I like, and I think it's solid.
They said we will be here forever.
Yeah, I think I liked all the nods to some of the other rappers. You got to catch them. Mainly Biggie. They quoted Biggie quite a few times on this, like a Biggie line.
Yeah, Big was there. That was their man. That was their people.
Yeah, I like how they slid those into, and they did it early. They come out the box, you know, with the Biggie line in it. So, and there's several throughout this whole album. But yeah, shout out Tech and Steel, man. Shout out Tech and Steel.
Indeed.
You're doing their thing. Solid effort, man. So no doubt. You got anything else, Bob?
Nah, I think that's it.
Yeah, no doubt. Appreciate everybody checking us out, man. They get hang into these basketball games. So you know, I don't know if you got something around you if you've been peeping this game, but this Notre Dame NC State on fire. They tied at 53 in the third. Mm-hmm. Notre Dame was down at the half. So I figured Sinai Rivers was gonna get them a run, and they in a run right now, bro.
That's what's up. It's gonna be good to see the second half of that joint.
Yeah, so we're gonna get out of here so you can get in front of a TV. But appreciate everybody checking us out, man. You know, we always here. We are the SBP, the Sports Bar Podcast. We are here most Sundays around 11:30. Look for us. Check us out over on YouTube. Shout out to everybody who was over there checking us out. Get some other people to subscribe. We appreciate you. Come to the group, the SBP on Facebook. And there's a page that has our content on it, and soon to be some other stuff called SBP TV. You can check that page out on Facebook as well. But as always, I'm your boy Prime Net Source, and we about to be out of here. Peace.